All right. Happy Friday and happy May 30th. Y'all come on in here. Come on, come on, come on. Because your girl is here because y'all said y'all did not want to take a break on Truth and Tinfoil on today. So, yes, I've been, man, today has been quite interesting, man. It's been kind of low key, but at the same time, I've been just doing my thing, like working behind the scenes on some different stuff. And one project took like all day, and I was in the middle of it earlier today, and I was like, man, I know I'm supposed to do Truth and Tinfoil today. So I just put up a quick poll real quick to see how y'all felt about it. Like, oh, y'all done had about what, three at least Truth and Tinfoils already. Even though they were pop-ups, I was like, do y'all still want to do it tonight, or we can just wait till next month? You know what I'm saying? But the overwhelming support for coming today has led me to be here right now. So, hey, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to get this Truth and Tinfoil action. Do y'all got y'all's tinfoil hats? We ready for this conspiracy theorist party? Let's get on in here. So, like a normal quote unquote Truth and Tinfoil episode, we're gonna take a look at 10 questions that Allie has been asked over the years since she went viral back in 2020. And yeah, just see what y'all think about them, see if you guys feel like they are truth or conspiracy. We can chat about it while I'm here if y'all want to. But hopefully this again will help people understand again Allie, maybe answer some of the questions that we get here, all kinds of questions that we get from her on this platform. So hopefully this series will help answer some of those questions. So shout out to those of you guys that are here live with your girl. Hey, come on in. Look, y'all asked me to be here, so I'm here. Come on. Look, go get your friends, get your snacks, get your drinks, whatever you need to do so you can take in this information. And don't worry, I got some people commenting on the I had put quote unquote conspiracies in the community earlier, and they were like, this is the truth. What Allie speaks is the truth. I'm like, hey man, I'm not saying that I don't believe it. I'm just saying, this is the conspiracy theorist party. So we gonna take it with a grain of salt. We're gonna see, you know what I'm saying? I just was alluding to, again, the people that feel like it ain't true, whatever. They can feel how they feel. Everybody can have, their own opinions. So, all right, I see a few of you all in here right now. I don't know if y'all ready to get going. Or y'all want to say hello so I can see who's here? If not, that's all good. If you don't want to be, put up on the screen and everything like that. But yeah, man, y'all said y'all want a Truth and Tinfoil, man. I'm here now. Come on, y'all, come on in here. Come on in here live. Yes, I still got my summer due, y'all. Kids Camp is next week. So yeah, looking forward to that. Just trying to give you guys a few more minutes to get in here or whatever. We did have an episode of the GSL Talk Show that just came out at 7, so you guys can check that out. Let me see who our guest was this week. So after Truth and Tinfoil, do y'all go check out that episode of the GSL Talk Show. Our guest is for this week is just find her name real quick. Miss Elizabeth Makepeace. All right. So you guys can tune in and hear about her and her endeavors. Okay, Sam. Let's go. So I have my tinfoil hat on and it's connected to the truth. Let's go. Look, me too. Look, this is my version of the tinfoil hat, man. Go ahead and get it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for letting me know you were here and letting me know you got your hat on. You know what I'm saying? Love it. And then yes, y'all, our giveaway will be wrapping up really soon. I think on the 1st, if I'm not mistaken, we'll make the announcement of who the winner is. We had quite a few people join it now. So at first we only had a few people, but yeah, man, only a few more days. It's like one more day to go. All right. So you guys can go enter it. It's in our community. All y'all got to do, friends. I show you guys this all the time because this is how to keep as informed. Just go straight to the page, go visit community. You know what I'm saying? Stay up to date. All right, I see a few of y'all back in, a few of you guys here now. So y'all ready to get into this? Let's take a look at some of these questions that people have asked Allie over the years. And yeah, man, look, truth and tinfoil. Let's go. Let's go. All right. They're in no particular order per se. So I'm just gonna go by the order that I'm seeing here. So I don't know if we starting off strong or what, but let's see. Y'all ready? All right, here we go. So, oh Lord, we are we coming in hot. Look. I know y'all know this platform is a Christian platform here, at GSL. But hey, you know what I mean. I understand that there's other religions in the world. So obviously, somebody had a question about the Mormon religion. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and what Allie had to say in response. Okay, the question says, is the Mormon religion itself bad or just the leaders? Ugh, I'm so confused. How y'all feel before I read Allie's answer? I mean, I clearly y'all can see what she says here, but how do you guys feel? I mean, we know biblically, and I know I've said this a lot on the platform, and I know this is kind of controversial, but I mean, my understanding of the Bible is that everything outside of Christ is antichrist, right? I mean, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just, hey, that's what the Bible say, and that's what I believe. So I mean, so when it comes to that, I mean, I know it's kind of difficult, but let's see. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Did we get? Hold on. How you get on the screen? Okay, here we go. So let's see. It says the people behind and in lead of every religion has corrupted and tainted the true meaning. And she said that back in December 2020, guys. So that's how she felt about that particular question. Yeah, y'all can, decide what y'all think. But let's go take a look at the next question I got for you guys. Okay, y'all ready? Here it is. It says, if you could say something to your younger self, what would it be? And she said that you are not what they say, not even close. And that was November 24th, 2020. I think a lot of us would look back at our younger selves and probably say something motivating, right? Say something encouraging and inspiring, things like that. And obviously she went through so much in her life and childhood that, obviously tainted her perspective, and everything like that. So I'm just grateful that the lady's alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful that she's able to receive and give love in any aspect. And yeah, so that's what she would tell her younger self, at least according to back then. All right. Who knows what she would say these days, but maybe something along the same lines. Who knows? All right, y'all ready for number 3? We only got 10 now. We only got 10 quote unquote questions / truth / conspiracies to bring to the table. But here we go. Here's number 3. All right. Have you ever looked into finding out if you are microchipped? This is her response. It says, yes, but I haven't checked my teeth because I'm terrified of the dentist. Absolutely terrified. I haven't been since I left the life as a teenager because I'm way too scared. Those chairs are the same chairs they use for torture, and I can't even go to the dentist if it's not for me. My mom took me to her appointments to show me they are not all psycho, and I had a panic attack during her cleaning. So this was her response back in November 24, 2020. But obviously, PTSD from the dentist chair, different things of that nature. So that was the response to that particular question. That's so crazy that we have to sit here and think about, like, was she microchipped like some pet? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to even fathom, even when they talk about the whole situation when it comes to MK Ultra and all that, like the fact that somebody else can control your mind from somewhere else or by saying something or, different things like that. It's just kind of crazy. But have you guys seen like those videos of celebrities, like just freezing out of nowhere and stuff like that? I mean, I done seen the Cardi B one, right? I saw the one about Al Roker, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if y'all seen those things or whatnot, but, and I mean, I can't lie, man. Every time I hear about a mass shooting at these days and times, I often think like somebody probably triggered somebody somewhere to do that. Like, I mean, I can't help but think that these days. You know what I'm saying? Look. Call me a conspiracy theorist at this point. You know what I mean? But I can't help but think that, given the different information that I've learned over these years, yes, from Allie, but then also from like my own research into the stuff that they've been sharing. So y'all can let me know what y'all think. But let's go to number 4. All right. Do you have scars? If so, how do they affect you? And then it says, God bless you guys. So obviously she had a lot to say to answer this question. So let's take a look. It says, I have scars, big ones and small, some outside and inside. Some I never want to talk about. I can't have kids because of everything that I have been through. Physically, my body can't hold a child from all the damage. I used to feel like an idiot. Sometimes I still do. I was embarrassed for a very long time and felt like I couldn't be a real woman to anyone relationship wise because I can't make someone happy in that way. But there are so many children already in this world, and if I ever got a chance, I would adopt. I love kids, and I have had to have a hard reality check about life. It is not fair that more children come into this world breaking others because they don't look like their parents. One day, my baby won't look like me, but you will definitely be able to see my heart through theirs. DNA don't make a family. So, I mean, obviously, you guys know that her family, she has a chosen family at this point. Obviously, Miss Shelley. I'm gonna just keep it at that at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Y'all almost about to tell y'all something, but like I said, I'm gonna wait till I see her say it out loud into the public. Then I'll say it to y'all. For those that don't know, if you're in the Telegram chat, then you already know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, she does have family at this point. Obviously, she wants to have a family. I mean, she wants kids. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, again, the different things she's been through has made that quote unquote impossible. Now listen, I serve a God to say all things are possible, right? And here I am today, to be honest with y'all, and let me come back on the screen or whatever real quick. I guess to say this, that my mother was told that she wouldn't be able to have kids, and here I am at her firstborn. You know what I'm saying? And so when she was, I guess, a teenager or whatever, the doctors told her that. And I'm her firstborn. I do have a younger sister. So she has the two of us. So again, I'm living proof that God can do whatever he want to do at the end of the day. And so, if he wants her to bear a child and the X, Y, and Z, then that can happen for her. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? I'm crazy enough to believe that. But I do understand. I mean, obviously she has a hard time, with love, trust, any type of relationships, whatnot, probably outside of her, mother-daughter relationship that she has. So, I mean, we'll be praying, you know what I'm saying? If that's something that she desires, I'll be praying with her and for her that God gives her that desire, but if not, I'm sure she'll make a great adoptive mom one day if she's able to do that. Or, maybe she'll continue to be able to, sow into the children through her, dancing. I was about to say dance ministry, but yeah, by her being a dance teacher, different things like that. So hopefully she'll be able to be quote unquote mom in that way. But yeah, man, you can see that every time, like, honestly, and I've been seeing a lot of people, or at least every now and then, people coming in here and being like, ask her about her child, ask her why she didn't keep her kid or whatever. So it seems like some people in the comments may know, and I don't know if they hear today, but I'm saying in the comments that I've seen over the past few weeks, people have come and said some like negative, really nasty things like that in the comments towards Allie. And, one, I would just say shame on y'all, because at the end of the day, like, if you do know something about her former life, right, and whatever happened with the child, because she's mentioned, and I think even in the last Truth and Tin for You, we answered that question about her admitting that there must have been some child in that particular time. I don't know what happened, and I don't think I've heard her say what happened, but if you know something about that and you're in here in these comments making such a gross negative response, trying to trigger her by bringing up like what happened and why she couldn't keep the kid or whatever, happened. Like, shame on you, man. That's so disgusting. But that's the type of people that we live around. You know what I'm saying? The type of people that do stuff like that. I get if you don't believe her, right? And if you want to ask questions and stuff like that, by all means, you know what I'm saying? Everybody should ask questions, pray, discern, ask for discernment. Lord, is this true? All of that's cool. But when you coming for somebody's like past like that, or when you're trying to throw somebody's past in their face like that, you got to really ask yourself, like, what is your motives at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you like, does it bring you joy to bring somebody else down? And if so, then like, what is that about? Like, who is leading you right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of spirit is leading you? But anyway, let's go back to these questions, y'all. But yeah, that was just very sick. Like, and it's been a couple of times. And if somebody was coming on here now with like that, I would just go ahead and put it up on the screen so y'all can see who it is. And don't get me started, because I might go to the comments and just find them and show y'all that I'm not lying. Like, I know I've seen at least 2 people, if not the same person, comment, because that's another thing too. Some of these same profiles be coming in and saying like crap, Don't make me pull them up on the screen, y'all, because I know some of y'all are Allie's Army, man. Y'all probably go and find these people channels and go in. And, I ain't trying to get y'all started or activated in that way, but I'm just letting y'all know, like, the type of stuff that's happening, man. And it's crazy. Like, in a lot of ways, I'm glad that, she doesn't, quote unquote, manage this channel. And so most of the time when I do tell her about the stuff that's happening here, it is good stuff. I don't go too much telling her the negative stuff like that. But anyway, it says research the powers that be have breeding farms. Yes, that is something that we have talked about before as well. But yeah, breeding farms is a thing, and so who's to know? Like, I don't know the details about that particular situation when it comes to like whatever child she may have had, but regardless, like, obviously it's a sore spot, you know what I'm saying? Obviously she wants kids, and obviously she feels like she can't have them because of the physical damage that has been done to her body. Like, I mean, I don't know if y'all have heard, but I mean, at some point she shared about like being forced to be on I can't even say the name, like a stair, how the staircase has on the staircase thing. Like, I can't even think, but she, like, somebody forced her to be on one of those at some point. Like, I mean, who knows, you know what I mean, what's going on with this young lady, you know what I mean? Especially on the inside. So, man, leave her alone at the end of the day. Like, that's crazy. But anyway. All right, more questions. Let me see. Where did I leave off? I think I left off here, right? Let me see. This is the one yep, that's the one I just read. All right, so this is number 5. All right, number 5. We're halfway there. All right, here we go. Speaking of babies, it says, does anybody take care of the babies or toddlers? Clearly, you guys can see here, but it says no one cares, quote unquote, about any of the children down there the way you think they do. They pick them from a baby meal section down there and treat them like expendable sex toys or worse. They cut off their limbs, they hurt them, they eat them. They take animal body parts and sew and put it on theirs. They take pride in breaking their bones and making them scream in ways you have never heard a baby scream before. There is no one down there with a bit of care or living with a real heart. They are heartless. I've heard her share several times about individuals that, I guess, break babies' bones and do this kind of crazy stuff. And I know it's unfathomable. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't even like think this stuff. Something, you know what I mean? And if you do think it, you be like, man, something weird about me to even try to think this. You know what I'm saying? At least for me. You know what I mean? I don't know about everybody. So to be somebody that witnessed these things and now is telling us that, hey, ain't no care for the babies, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to people in the tunnels. I know people ask her a lot about tunnels and stuff like that and what she witnessed there. So she's saying in these places, they don't care about these, these babies, And I was about to say, quote unquote, babies, because I mean, she also have shared that with the breeding, like Sam was saying a minute ago, and that she just mentioned in this one, that there's experiments here, like she just mentioned here, like animal child experiments, like, and honestly, when you see they keep talking about some show in the Telegram chat, and I don't watch it, but there's some show that is kind of like teasing this idea of, you know, cross between animals and humans or whatever, and they got, I guess, this cute little boy as a deer or something like that. I don't, y'all might know the show, I don't know it or whatever, but you know, I guess trying to put it in front of our faces to make it kind of normal. So if we ever see this stuff, then it's like, oh yeah, well, it's kind of like their show, it's okay, you know. I don't know, but you know, it sounds like some sick, crazy stuff is happening, y'all. And at the end of the day, like, I mean, which of these things sounds the most crazy to you right now? I would love to know that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody here that want to share, like, out of this list of stuff that she say they doing to the babies and the toddlers and babies, okay, which do you think is the craziest thing? You using them like sex toys, cutting off their limbs, eating them, sewing the animal parts on them, breaking their bones. I mean, all of it sounds crazy to me, but I don't know. Like, which one sounds like the worst thing out of all those crazy things? I would love to see what y'all think. I mean, I'll give y'all like a minute. If not, I'll move on. But, you know, to me, again, like I said, all of it sounds horrible. I don't even know what I would even think the word. I mean, would the sex be the worst thing? But then I'm like, I don't know, because if you're breaking their bones, that got to be painful. I mean, sex with a baby, I'm already like, I can't even like, and then eating them. I mean, I don't know, like, what? All right, y'all ain't gonna. Well, we'll just go with this. Yeah, they're sadistic monsters. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Thank you for commenting. Yeah, all of it's evil and demonic. Yeah, so there you go. All right. Next, number 6. All right, here go another religious question. Do you know about Muslims being involved? She said this: I keep extreme COVID space between me and the Nation of Islam for a reason. I have been raised in the religion for a little, though. I had a few Muslim pimps. They are different than others. And then she got a sad face. Is that the sad face that got like throw up? It looked kind of green. But understood. Somebody responded to the second one. Yeah, same. I get it. Same. Yeah, I just was wondering what y'all thought about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, all of it's evil. So yeah, there's no way to even truly compare them. But yeah, thank you for commenting though. But yeah, y'all. So she tried to stay away from that particular group. She said she had this different experience with the Muslim pimps. Matter of fact, no, I think it was the Russian. Like when I heard her talk about the Russian situation, she was talking about how they really, you know, she felt as if she wouldn't have survived if she had went back to that particular person that bought her again. You guys can hear her share that story again. I don't know if it's on her YouTube, but I know we got some of it on ours, so you guys can look at the Allie's. It's called Allie Carter, I think, that playlist that we have on our channel with all the information or all different types of videos about, and it has the one that I did as well, so you guys can know who I am and why we're in communication and stuff like that. Sam is saying that yes, it's in every country and every religion. Yes, it is. I mean, but that doesn't take away from God being God and being who he is and being in control and being in power. And I believe that God is Jesus and Jesus is God. That's a whole thing here on the GSL platform. But yeah, this is the, let me show y'all real quick. So just because evil people do evil things, because that's humanity, right? So that's why it's in every country and religion, because it's a human problem, right? It's a human heart problem. So that's why we can't put nobody above nobody else. At the end of the day, we're all capable of evil, right? And we all have done some form of evil, especially when we compare to God and his greatness, And so because of that, again, that doesn't take away from who he is, right? And what he created the world to be. But that free will, man, that's the part where I often question. I'm like, Lord, you maybe we should have just been like the Sims, like robots. Like you should have just controlled us from the beginning and never gave us choice. Even though I know that's the way we love and that's the way we could love, true love. But at the same time, I'm like, we don't deserve that freedom that you gave us. Look what we do. Look at what we do. But anyway, if y'all are wanting more information about Allie, man, we do, like I said, we got the playlist, Allie Carter. There's how many videos in there right now? 90 something videos in there right now. So, I mean, honestly, these answer a lot of the questions that people come in the comments asking. And but it's fine. Like I said, I'll do my best to answer some of the questions whatever way we can. Hey, well, that's cool. Thank you for tuning in when you could. Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate you guys supporting any aspect and everything. Hey, how you doing? Love is God, religion is not. I mean, I see where you're going with that, I see where you're going with that. Again, I'm gonna stand with Jesus though all day long, like 10 toes down. But I mean, yeah, the more we study and learn and let the Lord, use us and everything like that, then we'll get the understanding that we need with that. But where did I leave off? Was it here? Oh no, that was the other one. Oh, sad. Oh wait, was this? Okay, yeah, that was the one. So this was the next one, y'all. Have you ever been trafficked through France or Belgium? Sending you love. This was her response, guys. She says, I was taken to a lot of different places. Sometimes I don't know exactly where I was. I was drugged so bad. Sometimes I couldn't even get myself dressed or walk into the room where I was ordered. I was carried or someone got me dressed to get me undressed. Sometimes the drugs were so strong I never knew I was being hurt. But I remember the person's eyes. I remember their voice. I remember what the room looked like if I was allowed to look around. And then she said, sometimes the burn or the pain is not so bad when you're numb. It is after that sucks more than words could put together. Like I said, man, the only thing that I could even compare to this, what I just read is maybe like childbirth. Just because like, after giving birth, like I was blessed with the epidural, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I went ahead and did the epidural, so I really didn't feel too much pain do the actual push process. I witnessed my sister. She gave natural birth. Like she didn't want to, but they came to her so late, you know what I'm saying? My sister, that she had to do a natural birth, and I was there to witness that. And I mean, she's a trooper, you know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful thing to see, like, whoa, there's a baby now, you know what I mean? But I can't imagine, you know what I mean? Because all I know is the pain I felt afterwards, from the healing and all that stuff that I needed to do. I think at some point I must have got cut when I, gave the birth to NJ. So this is the only thing I can even try to understand what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? To, I guess, the after pains, like even if you're going through something, this situation, and you're drugged up, afterwards, the effect of it, you know what I mean? And I can't help but think about the young lady that we talked about last time I was here, with this whole Jaguar right thing that she was talking about, the lady that had like 15 dudes run a train. And I guess she was screaming the whole time, that she was asking for tea afterwards because she didn't realize, that she was screaming or whatever. I can't. All of this stuff is just sick, sad. Like every time I hear some crazy stuff like this, I just think about Daria and that show that they would watch, Sick Sad World. Like I just like, Lord, this world is sick and sad. Like this is crazy that we do these things to one another. But that was her question about France and Belgium. I know people are always asking, is it here? Is it there? You know what I mean? And just go ahead and get in your mind that this is happening everywhere, friends. It's happening everywhere. Your country, my country, your neighborhood, probably. Hopefully, it's not happening in your house, okay? And that's a whole nother subject or whatever. I'm just letting you know, like, that's the thing that we need to be thinking about at the end of the day. Like, is my kid good? Is my family good? Is my community good? And then let's go from there. You know what I'm saying? Whew. I'm glad I got it. I got one amen. So we go good. I'm glad somebody feeling me right now. But yeah, it's sad. Where did I leave off? I never wear my contacts or glasses when I come on here, so that's why I be always squinting like this, y'all. But anyway, this is where we just left off, right? Yep. So here's the next one. All right. How do you feel about vaccinations in general? Oh, thanks, guys. All right. So she says, if you only knew how much Planned Parenthood was involved, ask yourself, why would MRC5 be in all? She got all the L's there, all vaccines. Please understand that they need supply of what is put into those syringes. If you are not okay with eating a child yourself, why would you be okay with someone putting it in your body through a needle? I mean, this isn't the first time that I've heard. I mean, again, I've been listening to Alex for a long time, but I think even outside of her, I heard about, I guess, there being fetal tissue in, which is baby, right? When we say fetal, would be baby fetuses, right? in these things. I don't know about all of the vaccines, you know what I'm saying? But I know that one that came out in 2020, I wouldn't try to, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't something that I wanted to do. And I'm glad, because I mean, even when I hear about the results of people that did, or see, or some of the things, I can't help with everything that I've been seeing and hearing, y'all. I can't help but, like, when something happened, and I hate to think this way, and I hate to say this, but I can't help but think that it had something to do with that. All right. So I don't know, man. We got to really pray and discern whether we should do these things or not. And I mean, maybe I'm thinking about this stuff a lot more because I'm a mom now. You know what I'm saying? Sam got the look. This is what Sam got to say. All right. So just saying, I didn't feel led to. I mean, I know that some family tried to, I guess, share their opinions about that. But I'm like, at the end of the day, like, look, for me and my household, you know what I'm saying? We gonna serve the Lord, right? And we gonna pray and whatever the case may be. And we did not feel led to do that. And I'm glad I didn't at the end of the day. But those that did, I mean, hey, at the end of the day, I pray that if you still lack, but that's another thing too. It's not funny, but I'm just trying to make this situation lighter. But let me just yep. I think, all right, let me move on, because I know that type of conversation, goes on and people feel some way, especially if you took it and stuff like that. I mean, if you still, again, alive and well, great. You know what I'm saying? Obviously God is with you, X, Y, and Z. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right, so I got two more questions, y'all, to share with you guys about Allie and things she's answered over the years. So let's get into it. Let's see what this one is here. All right, this says thoughts on Cathouse, the 2005 TV series. She says, just like every reality show, they did things just for the camera. When that cameraman turned off those cameras, it was a completely different story. People would be sick if you knew what really happens there. It is nothing like the show. And she said that back in 2020 on Christmas Eve, as you guys can see. Yeah, I mean, that's not one that I watched, you know what I'm saying? So I don't, again, know about that particular show or whatever, but that was her response to it. Let's just look real quick, because I don't want to misquote, because if it is what I think it is, maybe I got like a couple more things to say, based on what I've heard her say. But let me just make sure that it is what I'm talking about. Y'all can let me know what y'all think while we're here. Yeah. Okay. The Bunny Ranch and da da da. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she has had several conversations about being at these places and stuff like that. Matter of fact, there's some probably some of these questions that we're probably gonna bring up later on. Um, that she talks about those women on what was it, the girls next door and all that stuff being pretty much like indentured slaves, like they had to stay there, like they were forced to stay there and all that type of stuff. And of course it's all glamorized on these shows. It makes it look like, oh, he's a sugar daddy taking care of whatever. The girls do whatever they want to do. It looks like that, but she's saying there's a whole different situation going on. So that was the answer to that, y'all. All right, somebody said it's on their to watch list. So I mean, hey, go check it out. Maybe they'll give you guys a little insight, but I guess look at it with the point of view that, hey, this may not be showing me everything, according to what Ali said. All right, so here's number 10, y'all. This is the last one I got for you tonight. All right, so let's take a look. Like I said, we can only do 10 at a time. All right. Was that the same one? Oh no. My bad. I think I might have downloaded the one twice. So let me remove that one. And let me look on my phone and I'll show you what the last one was supposed to be. Give me 1 second here. Questions, comments, or concerns about anything while I'm here. Because I know somebody was like, so we shared her recent, I guess you would say, statement. It just was like a note that she wrote. And I could read it to y'all if y'all didn't see it, but we shared it in the community. And I literally just screenshot, like I got it, like I think it was on Telegram. I just screenshotted it and I posted it in the community and said, hey, this is a message from Allie. And somebody was all like, we don't know who's posting this or whatever. I'm like, I just was live the other day. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and bamboozle nobody. Like, at the end of the day, I tell y'all all the time, my name is Miracle Sims. I'm not Allie. Like, this is not Allie's channel. Matter of fact, when she did make a channel, I tell y'all exactly where it is. Here it is. Allie's Army Unite. Like, I think we've gone above and beyond to be open, honest, and transparent about everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very interesting to me when people come and say stuff like that. It's like, oh my gosh, like y'all don't read or y'all don't listen or whatever, but oh well. So like I said, while I'm here, if y'all got any questions about me, any questions about GSL, any questions that you think I might can say or answer about Allie, while I'm here, by all means, feel free and I can try to do that. Somebody says 100%. I'm glad somebody know, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, ain't nobody trying to bamboozle y'all at the end of the day. Like, I was very clear. Like, once everybody started flooding the channel, I was like, hey, hold on. Y'all think I'm Allie. I'm not Allie, y'all. We not Allie over here. We done got put so many statements, so many things. I'm like, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and keep going on saying the same things over and over again. It's like insanity. All right. And I ain't insane. Okay. Let me pull up this real quick. There should be one more that I have for y'all. That I think I just had to, let me see. Let me see. Was it this one? Oh, wait. We got to look at that one. Hold on. Is it this? Where is it? We did this one. Oh, no, this is the one. Okay, there it is. Okay. So, it says, did you see many animals in the tunnels? All right. Ooh, somebody, I'll put it up in a second. Okay. So her answer is yes, animals that some have never seen before and probably don't even know exist. Imagine the animals you have never seen from the Amazon. Look up a few of those. Now understand there are people who purposely breed things for fun. I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I heard Allie say this, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's her that said that in the what is it, the castle over there in Europe, with the royal family and all of them, she say they got stuff that looks like them lizards with the leaf thing. Let's look them up. like the head that looks like a leaf thing. She said she saw something like that, but with a human face on it. That's crazy. Look. Yeah, the Buckingham Palace. Um, she said she saw. Let me just find the regular lizard. The lizard with the fan face. Is that gonna give me the right one? Yeah, frilled lizard. So she said she saw something like that. This is crazy. I'm just gonna show you the regular lizard. The regular lizard is crazy by itself. Okay. So she said saw something like this. Human face at the Buckingham Palace. Now listen, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But look, y'all asking about animals. She's saying she done seen things that is unexplainable. That sounds unexplainable to me. Okay, like I can't, you know. Um, so I don't even know. Like if we was to see the things that she saw, I I don't even know like how I would feel, and then have to try to explain it to people. You know what I mean? Like she said, look up animals in the Amazon. I mean, it's been a long time since I studied about the Amazon and whatnot. You know, that's what elementary, middle school, baby, you know. And you did see so many like unique creatures and stuff in the Amazon, right? But yeah, they experimenting on animals, y'all. And so it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, well that's I think the 10 questions. Let me just make sure. Let me just look on here just to make sure I went through all of them that I had to do today. Yep, we did that one. We did that one. Yep, we did that one. Yep, the microchipped one. Cathouse. Yep. Scars. Yep. The babies. Yep. 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 Okay. Well, I think that was it, y'all. So those were the 10 for today. Let me go and see what y'all talking about. All right. So Sam3 Artistry says Allie was part of the inspiration for a song I wrote. It's called What About the Children? I've been following her story since Maria Z show. Well, man, that's awesome, man. Like I said, man, we gotta just get the words out by any means necessary. You know what I mean? So, hey, write your song if the Lord leads you. Like, great example, man. You know, write your song if the Lord leads you to do that. You know what I mean? Paint the rocks, put the flyers up, do whatever it is. You know. Miss Joanne says some hashtags, all right, and then also says always a prayer for both you and your twin mama's safety and justice. GSL, thank you so much for keeping the light shining on her fight for the children. I'm so glad that this is not in vain, because you know sometimes you feel like again the things that you do like, oh, is this enough or whatever, but you know, I appreciate the ones that get it and appreciate, you know, what we try to do here and stuff. Oh, what? You know the name of this thing? I'm scared to look this up. Should I look this up, y'all? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I didn't look. The lizard was bad enough. Hold on. You said a Maya. Oh Lord. Dilophosaurus? Oh, so it wasn't a little lizard. It was you saying a bigger. Okay. Low. Okay. I guess it was the bigger version. Either way, like our dinosaurs supposed to be extinct, but at the same time, I mean, you know, there are a lot of you know, large lizards and stuff that are still, uh, yeah. Let me try. I'm just trying to let's find this thing real quick. Saurus. Did I spell it? Look, on. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Let's see. So Dilopho. Let me put the P on there. And then Saurus. Just in case y'all want to see this for I'm like, what did I spell wrong? Okay, there we go. Oh Lord. Yeah, this thing look crazy too. Can y'all even imagine that? Seeing something like this, but with a human face. That's crazy. Now, I mean, I know the Bible describes things where it has like some human face, some animal face, or some animal body. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I guess we shouldn't think that it's too far fetched, but to actually see that though, whew, all right. Yeah, reptilian demonic entities. Yeah, I've heard about that. I heard about the whole reptilian thing. Now I've seen like those videos that they bring up and they're like, oh, look, this person's eyes changed. This person's, countenance and all this type of stuff. And I definitely have seen plenty of those videos of people like taking off full masks, human masks, looking things. So I mean, look, truth or not, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Conspiracy or not? That is the question. But yeah, that's it, y'all. I'm here to yeah. Unfortunately, and that's what I keep hearing about what they say, like the quote unquote millionaires or the rich people is like you run out of things to do or aspire for or whatever. So then you're like, oh, you just do these, I guess, experiments, or you try to control the world in different aspects and whatnot. And I mean, now I know God will humble us real fast to remind us that we're not Him at the end of the day. But I mean, I know a lot of people been talking about that too. They're like, "Oh, God, your swift justice, X, Y, and Z." But I think that goes back to what I was sharing with you guys last time I was here today. At the end of the day, like, He has a purpose, a plan. The reason why things is going the way it's going. We may not understand that. We might want again the swift justice and stuff like that. But maybe He is making time for each and every one of us, right, to repent, right? So if you truly want the justice, right, if you truly want God to come on back or whatever you may feel, then hey man, won't you get out and share the gospel? You know what I'm saying? Because that got to get done before you come back, according to the Bible. And yeah, like I said, yeah, manipulating God's creation, in any way, right, is I mean, call it what it is, man. It's antichrist and demonic. Like, we don't like to think that, because we want to believe we're in the world that we can be whatever we want, do whatever we want, or whatever. But yeah. But we gotta talk about like truth at the end of the day. It says, keep up the good fight. This is the year for exposure. Yes, I do believe a lot of exposure is happening. Like I said, I'm still waiting for a little bit more to happen. I did post something in the Telegram chat earlier that I saw that was kind of interesting. I didn't read the whole thing, but we can take a look real quick. The article says, and it's on Forbes, so I mean, y'all can, take things with a grain of salt, whatever. You never know, again, what is fake news and what ain't. But it says Jeffrey Epstein accuser sues government for allegedly ignoring sexual abuse claims for decades. So yeah, one of Jeffrey Epstein's earliest accusers filed a lawsuit against the federal government on Thursday. They're not saying who that person is. Well, it did start. It's talking about somebody named Maria Farmer though, so I don't know if that's the person or what, but it's talking about her in here. Y'all can go find it and read what it has to say and stuff like that. So, I mean, my whole thing is something is getting done. I mean, even behind the scenes, at least we can see, or even in mainstream media, I feel like they're talking and bringing it up a little bit more these days than probably since I first heard about it from, 2020 and on. So, I mean, I'm grateful for that at least. But yeah, I guess I'm still waiting for that full exposure. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm personally still waiting on. And like I said, I can't imagine being somebody like from the 80s that's been screaming this or whenever, you know what I mean? Like, because again, obviously there's been people that's been knowing and trying to get this out to the public for years. And they've been called crazy, or they get into all conspiracy theorists, or, all these different things where some of us are just now hearing about it. And so And I guess, again, once you hear about it, right, you're like, oh, I want something done about this now, you know? But like, imagine being a victim from the 80s and you're like, y'all just now hearing and seeing this. That's kind of how I felt when people started coming to the channel about Diddy. I'm like, we've been sharing this stuff for about 3 years, but thank you, welcome. You know what I'm saying? Glad you're here now, you know? So yeah. Looks like prayers is going up. Yeah, y'all. So I mean, hey, okay. So I came and we've conquered, you know, we got the truth and tinfoil out here for y'all. Like I say, any other questions, comments, or concerns before we go? Maybe I'll wrap this up at 9 o'clock. If not, but y'all, like I said, feel free. I ask about me, the channel, Allie, something I could probably look up real quick. So have a blessed night. Thank you, guys. No, I mean, I'm trying, man. I'm just trying to do my part out here. But yeah, man, thank you for that. I appreciate the confirmation and the those words, those kind words. Thank you, Allie's Army echoed. But yeah, you guys got 3 minutes to either ask me something or whatever. Though I'll let you guys go ahead and go. Like I said, at 9. But any other announcements? I already told y'all before. So we do have an episode of GSL Talk Show that just came out today. Elizabeth Makepeace is the guest, so y'all can check that out if you want. And then, like I said, the giveaway that we're doing is going to be wrapping up. We're going to do the announcement, I think, on the 1st. So I'll probably just end up doing a post about it in the community. So whoever it is, you know, I will reach out to you directly, but then we'll just post it in our community about who the winner is and stuff like that for our giveaway. So you guys can go try to get in there. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff is in the community. But let's see. Sam says the awakening is slow, but all are welcome regardless of when the waking happens. Yes, indeed. Yeah. And that's another thing we got to understand. You know, we got to give people grace and stuff like that. It took us time to get the understanding and wake up. So then, you know, others probably need that time and whatnot as well. So it says Trump just showed a video. Not sure what it is. Got to go see. Take care, everyone. Okay. What kind of video? I mean, I've heard him talk about this subject a little bit, but not to the effect that I wanted to be talked about. So is he talking about this? Come back and let us know. You ain't got to. One more minute, John. One more minute. Let me see. Can I look it up real quick? Just in case it is something about this, but probably not. I don't know. Like, and I get that they're probably, again, they're making all these busts and things like that behind the scenes. So they're probably just allowing people to keep doing what they're doing so they can catch them. But let's talk about Supreme Court is. So hold on. So I don't have a clue. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys so much, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Tez. I appreciate him, you know, being over here. He said he was going to come be a guest one day for GSL. So we haven't set that up yet, but hopefully one of these days he will. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming over here, you know, and visiting. Like I said, we got a lot of content on this channel, y'all, like way more than what we're currently putting out to y'all. So if y'all, you know, again, y'all just want some more, you know, general types of conversations and stuff, I mean, you guys can always check it out. Oh, a video from his desk. That's one thing I will say. Like, y'all, I mean, it's been very open and transparent about, like, you know, almost every day he's doing some type of press conference or something like, hey, we just talked to such and such, and hey, watch me talk to such and such. Like, you know, all I'm gonna say is we know that didn't happen the last time. And then in my lifetime, I don't know if that's ever happened that I've witnessed, but that's a whole nother conversation. All right, good people. Well, we can go find out what the president's talking about and stuff. Y'all have a great day. I hope y'all enjoyed Truth and Tinfoil tonight. And I guess I'll see y'all back on the 30th again to go over some more questions and things like that. And if the Lord sends me back with pop-ups and whatnot between now and then I guess I'll see y'all then. Y'all have a great Friday night. Bye.